We were told to demolish this house. Not once, not twice, and pretty much by everybody. And to be honest, they weren't crazy for saying it.
In the beginning, I thought I could renovate this in 3 months and with €15,000.
Yeah, that idea didn't last very long. But before this house, there was Ireland. On paper, everything made sense. We had jobs, we were saving, we were doing exactly what responsible people do. We could have stayed. It would have worked. That's exactly why we left.
Ireland was home for most of our lives. We grew up there 17 years. We went through the school system, learned how the world works, built friendships, routines, career. We had good jobs. I worked in construction. We understood the systems, the rules, the pace. We were renting a beautiful house in the mountains, living a life that looked stable from outside. But as we got closer to our 30s, something started to feel wrong. Not emotionally at first, but logically. We couldn't afford a home. Even though we were trying, saving, and working hard, the mortgage felt like a strange promise.
Even if everything went perfectly, it would have taken us another 2 years just to qualify. And by then, the prices were already moving further out of reach. The houses we could realistically afford were old, worn down, in need of serious renovation. So all of our savings would have gone into buying something broken, then another 2 years fixing it, and after that, 30 years paying it off. And emotionally, it didn't feel like building a future. It felt like postponing life. It felt like putting our energy, our best years, into maintaining something that would always keep us waiting. We weren't unhappy in Ireland. We were just slowly realizing that comfort, stability, and safety weren't the same feeling as feeling fulfilled. And once that settled in, it became impossible to ignore.
Around the same time, we started noticing something else. More and more people were choosing a different direction. Moving back to their countries, back to the countryside, old houses being brought back to life. €1 houses in Italy, abandoned cottages turned into homes all over Instagram. It wasn't about nostalgia, it was about opting out, about choosing movement instead of wait. And while all this was happening, there was an old cottage next door to my parents' house in Romania.
4 years it had just been there, quiet, closed in on itself, watching time pass without being part of anything. Every year it felt a little more forgotten, a little more tired. Its fate was never really discussed out loud, but it was obvious. One day it would either be demolished or it would simply stay as it was, slowly breaking down until there was nothing left to save. Back then, Eddie wanted nothing to do with it. He knew too much. He could see the problems, the limitations, the way it could all go wrong. To him, it didn't make sense to touch it at all. And that's what makes this part hard to explain. Because the more we talked, the more we watched other people choose differently, the more we questioned our own path, the more the same house started to feel heavier. Like it was asking something of us, not offering comfort, not promising an easy life, just standing there quietly, reminding us that doing nothing was also a choice. And suddenly, it didn't look romantic, it didn't look smart, it just looked possible. This is the house. This was all of it. No backup plan, no safety net. The raw plan was to turn this into a business, to rent this out, Airbnb and booking. This was episode 0. Before we give you all the numbers, and before you decide if this was brave or just crazy.